something.
Hey, hola, catch fighting connoisseurs. This is Kid Nate of BloodyElbow.com, joined once again by the ineffable, ineluctable Eugene S. Robinson, author of Fight, everything you ever wanted to know about ass kicking, but were afraid you'd get your ass kicked for asking.
Nice. Oh, I thought you were going to bobble there the last second.
No.
You got it. All right.
Yep. So we're here for the Care Don't Care preview of UFC on Fox, Dos Anjos versus Cerrone, a.k.a. UFC Orlando.
Have you ever been to Orlando?
Briefly. It was scary. I didn't go to Epcot, but I saw a little bit of the Edge. The reason it's at the time was the death metal capital of the world.
That's right. Obituary.
Yes, and Deicide.
Yeah, right. That's right. Right. Yeah.
Autopsy too, I believe.
Yep. I also call it Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes. Yeah. Good name.
I reserve that for all of Florida outside of Miami.
I would include Miami, and that's going to be sinking under the sea in no time anyway. I mean,
did I tell you about the guy who got his pants stolen by the hooker in Miami?
That's how Sam Cooke got killed. So it's kind of a touchy subject.
No, he didn't have his pants stolen, and then
Sam
proceed to have a foot chase.
Sam
Cooke the streets of Miami pantsless. Nah, didn't happen to Sam Cooke.
No, Sam Cooke did. He was pantsless, but he put on his sport coat and was apparently still erect and ran to the hotel manager's office, pounded on the door, was sure he saw the girl go in there, and that started the brawl that got him shot. So
okay.
At least that's the story that is the official account.
Was it a prostitute that he was chasing?
Allegedly, it was the kind of prostitute that takes your money but doesn't deliver any services.
Oh, so this is very much a similar story. Yes, I guess my friend is very lucky he did not. Hey. It's a cop.
I see. Well, tase him.
Mike the cop. You just admitting that you'd beaten the shit out of somebody just made it live on the air.
Well, there's no harm in being that.
All right.
Officer. Anyway, we need a disclaimer because this is the Care Don't Care preview, and a lot of crybabies get their feels hurt.
Not only crybabies, but crybabies and bedwetters.
And greedy bread gobblers.
And work-shy individuals as well. This has got less to do with your skill and talent as a fighter and a man, but much more to do with the marketing heft and might put behind you by the UFC Zuffa and the bald one. Now they're going to have to pony up $100 million to that plucky, irrepressible leprechaun from Dublin, Conor McGregor. So don't get your pennies in a bunch if we make you a don't care. Fight an interesting fight. Move from don't care to care, like it's happened in the past with Paul Felder, Colliard Greens, and a few others. And don't come crying to us.
That's right. Well said. So we'll dive right in. This is the UFC on Fox card happening Saturday night on Fox Network Television.
So not Fight Pass.
Well, there's 3 fights on Fight Pass. I guarantee you're not going to care about any of them. And then, well, maybe one, but that's a very slim chance. And then we've got.
I'm at 500 on this triple header. I was doing it going backward in time. I was doing okay. Like McGregor and Aldo, and then what was the fight? Edgar.
You did pick Rock, whatever his name is. Weidman. Rockhold.
That fight I did. No, I'm just saying that fight. Let's just do it by days. Saturday I did great. Friday I did great. Thursday I got murderized. So
did you look back at my picks?
I didn't. The amount of time I spent thinking about your failed picks is very little compared to the amount of time I spent thinking about my failed picks.
I see. Well, I'd be curious to know because I have a feels that I got like 100%.
No, you're wrong about that.
Other than picking Weidman.
No, I mean I was happy that I didn't even have the guy's name. I knew it was an off, but all I had on my tote sheet was not Nover.
Yes,
I didn't know who he was fighting, but I knew Nover wouldn't be winning, and we were both right on that one. So.
That was a good instinct there, and there was a new Russian kid who was very scary. I can't remember.
The kid with the Beatles haircut.
Yes, Ruslan
Magomedov. I love that guy, man. Yeah, he was fighting for sausages. That guy was not. I'm not going back to Dagestan empty-handed. Fuck you.
Yes, he was extremely brutal. So we've got 3 fights on Fight Pass, 6 fights on Fox.
This is a guy who doesn't fight like he's sparring. This is a guy who's fighting like he's street fighting. And that's the fundamental difference that people should know.
This is a guy who's fighting like he's trying to kill people.
Right.
Perfectly fine in the cage, as long as you're
which I don't understand why more people are not doing that. Again, your training is ruining your fighting.
Well, some people don't want to, burn up their energy or make rookie mistakes trying too hard. So,
Yeah.
it's a tricky balance.
If you're training that way, you got no problem.
Well, yeah, but if you're training that way, then you have another problem, which is probably chronic injuries. And so, and then there's,
hey man, he's just happy to not be fighting bears.
yes, and who wouldn't be? I've heard bears. I've heard lots of things about bears. Some of it, yeah. Anyway, all right.
There's a special bar in San Francisco where they just lots of bears in there, man.
Bears on the loose. Yeah. I remember 15 years ago, I went out to visit some friends in San Francisco, and they were making bear jokes. I had no idea what they were talking about. Then I learned. Anyway, so yeah, 4 fights on.
You figured it out though, the hard way.
Yeah. They were so amused by my naivete that they took me to a bear bar. And
actually, you know what precipitated? We were talking about it yesterday. The Misfits fight at the Elite Club in San Francisco. They were on tour with the Flesh Eaters, and the Flesh Eaters thought it would be hilarious to take these guys, these kind of meatheads from Jersey, thought it would be funny to take them to gay porno stores. So they just set them up. They're like, hey, man, let's go to a porno bookstore. And they're like, yeah, these guys from Jersey. And they walk in and say, man, where's the stuff with the chicks, with the chicks? And they're like, no, man, we're gay. And so they had a problem.
Sort of sounds like the Big Boys and the Bad Brains, infamous.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. So.
All right, but let's dive into it. We've got 3 fights on Fight Pass. I'm predicting 0 cares out of you on this one. So first up, heavyweight, Luis Henrique versus Francis Ngannou.
I don't care. Wait. So we have a counter indicator in Sorrel. Luis Henrique, and what's the other name?
Francis Ngannou.
Francis Ngannou.
Genau? I don't know. It's NG.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
All right. So false alarm. So welterweight.
He's from some top fight team, but he doesn't know. Yeah.
All right. Welterweight. Hader Hassan versus Vicente Luque.
Hader Vicente Luque. I don't care.
I don't care either. All right.
I love the name Hader. Reminds me of the gay Austrian politician who was a Nazi sympathizer, right winger. And then
was that the one that got assassinated?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We go deep on this show. We're 3 minutes in. We're already to gay Nazi assassinations.
Exactly. It doesn't get any better than that. All right. So welterweight.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
So you can just turn it off now. Anyway, welterweight, Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards. This is one I thought maybe you'd care.
Maybe because of Edwards.
Yes.
Maybe because of Edwards. But you know what? The Phantom toll booth is long and wide. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Edwards was like, he was probably napping in the back, and they go, Edwards, Leon Edwards. Oh shit, that's me. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. How much you paying me? 500? All right, I'm in.
That kind of savvy negotiation gets you to the top.
Not enough. What do we say? DCCT.
Don't care, can't trust.
Yep.
That's a good diagnosis there. So now we're on to the Fox Sports 1 prelim card.
Hold on. What were we just on? That was
we were on Fight Pass.
Okay, all right.
So now we're moving on to Fox Sports 1. Featherweight, Jim Ehlers versus Cole Miller.
Of course, I care.
Yes. Care about Cole Miller. Care about
Cole Miller and Jim Ehlers. So
really, I'm just Cole, but and I don't care that much about Cole anymore.
I care about him just enough to think I can't trust him.
Yeah, his days of being trustworthy.
Nah, he's feeling to me like I mean, it's tough. It's tough. I care enough, but not enough to make a pick. I can't. After the Miller fiasco this past week, I mean, see, the biggest problem is that we, like people say, Eugene, why are you such a grudge holder? And I said, let's go back to the days of videotape, right? Your relationship with me, the videotape is rolling, and then we separate somehow, you fuck me over, we separate, and then we just press pause. So even if 15 years goes by and then we see each other again and we're pressing play, those moments of you fucking me over and the play reel running again are right next to each other. You know, so the problem is when you apply this to fighting, I'm thinking about Miller. I'm going back to the Miller of 4 years ago. I'm not going up to the Miller of November. You know, I don't know what the fuck has happened to the Miller of November. So this is how I get screwed time and time again. You know, Jim Miller. I'm watching Jim Miller fight this past week, and I was like, boy, Jamoy, how could I be tricked into this again? How? So I won't be tricked into it now.
I see. Once bitten, twice shy.
Oh, Great White.
Yes. Actually, Ian Hunter, but we'll take Great White since they were for a while the deadliest band in rock and roll history.
Yeah, that's right.
Although now it's Eagles of Death Metal. So
130, right?
Yeah, that's the new count. So, all right, and so
and I guarantee you, like when they did that MTV Cribs with the guys in Outkast, and every time he showed something nice in his house, he was like, "Don't try it." I get if Oxbow is playing anywhere in the States, don't try it. There'll be a bloodbath. Well, the terrorists killed 2 people. Eugene firing like a maniac from the stage. Killed 130 people. None of them terrorists.
Not terrorists anymore. That's
right.
Become terrorists. So they were in a dangerous stage of pre-radicalization. Right. You had to take preemptive thought crime steps. All right, so we care about Cole Miller, but not enough to make a pick. Now we've got lightweight Nick the Carney, or Nick the Fence Lentz, as I prefer, against Danny Castillo.
Oh, of course I care.
Yes, this is a definite care. Nick Lentz, I mean, this is a guy who sort of rumbling around the top fringes of the contention there in the division.
You call that top division. I'm going to call that the booth.
He is kind of heading for the toll booth, getting submitted by.
I've gotten bad. I've had a bad run with Danny Castillo. You know, I'm not. So I'm going to go with Lentz. First of all, I care, but he's my first pick on the card, and I have mixed feelings about it. But I got it. Yeah,
well, Castillo's on a 3-fight losing streak, and he's lost 4 out of 5. So I go with Lentz, although he's moving back up to lightweight after a failed featherweight run. So I got to go with Lentz, but I hope Castillo knocks him out. I mean, Castillo's a far more entertaining fighter, but he might be done. All right, middleweight, Tamden the Barncat McCrory against a former Bloody Elbow staffer, Josh Salmon.
Yeah, the Barncat, man. First of all, I care. Because I'm a member of the 4th estate in the 5th column, but I'm gonna have to go with Josh. I just gotta. I actually thought the last time I saw him fight, he was mighty. So
Salmon's looking good, and Tamden had that long layoff, and I still don't feel like I know him anymore. So I got to go with Josh. Won't even recuse myself because of bias. Proud of the boy.
Okay. What is that? Was it a court case?
Yeah, I know. It's not like I'm a journalist or anything. So, women's bantamweight, Sarah Kaufman versus Valentina Shevchenko.
I've been screwed by Sarah Kaufman before. Not in a good way. Not in a good way. Oh man. All right. You know what? I'm going to double down. I'm going to pick Sarah. I'm going to pick Sarah Kaufman again. I care, and I'm going to pick Sarah Kaufman, but I think it's an ill-advised pick, you know. This is where the degenerate gambler in you see those guys, you walk through the casino, and you see those guys sitting in the pari-mutuel pit, and they're just like, I'm that guy now. Just like, fuck, how does God hate me so much? How does this happen? How?
I once found myself at a horse track in Texas on the day there wasn't a race at the track, and you're there with like the 950-somethings who gamble on horse races that are happening far away. Yep. They're just that desperate to gamble on anything. Mm-hmm. It's a dark, dark place to be. So I'm going to go with Shevchenko because I don't trust Kaufman anymore. Yeah, she had that win. I can't remember, or that loss taken away because of her opponent smoking reefer, and I think that's a bullshit way to get a no contest. Anyway, so
I know. I don't see Matt Hamill going around telling people, I beat John Jones. Yeah, fuck you, man. I beat him. Fuck that shit. I don't care how. I beat him.
No, I haven't heard any word of Matt Hamill doing that.
No.
Yeah,
not like me talking about beating Mike Swick when he knocked himself unconscious by shooting for a single and hitting his head on the mat when he was going against me.
Well, you got trophies for this.
I beat Mike Swick. You know.
Yeah. Well, we've seen you wearing your earring gold jewelry that you got for buys in the tournament. You know. So.
No, my friend. Buys implies plural.
Just one buy in the tournament.
Yes, the other I had the hard fought. I had to like a dog in the streets for that gold or silver. Sorry,
silver. Yeah. I'm noticing a pattern of second place finishes when there's a contested match. But
hey, man, whatever, Jack. The guy who was in first place was better than me, and I was better than the guy in third place. Justice was done.
There you go. A happy ending. All right. Now we've got middleweight CB Dalloway versus Nate Marquardt.
Oh, yeah, of course, I care. But you know what? Never again will I trust a Marquardt. He has scooted over into Gicta territory. Sorry, got to go with CB.
Yeah, and the new testing regime has been particularly hard on Marquardt.
Marquardt was done when he got popped the first time. There were tears and tears for fears.
That was the second time he was popped. And then,
I know.
Yeah. And then he had some TRT fiasco too. So yeah, definitely going for.
What do you mean? I mean, what?
Well,
I mean, I thought was there another fiasco? I thought that was the only fiasco.
No, there was at least 3 testosterone steroid related fiascos with Marquardt. I can't remember the details.
But how are you differentiating that from TRT?
Well, I'm saying twice he was busted for substances that were banned by the rules, and once. For a while, he tried to get I can't remember the details, but he tried to get a TRT pass. And
that's
couldn't,
right. I found some steroids online.
Oh, yeah?
And I was like, man, how could this not be legitimate?
Were they marketed as steroids?
Of course.
Did it say like illegal?
No, I don't say anything about that. I say we have the top quality, you know. You got to send us some money, Western Union. We'll ship them to you. It's not our fault if they get snagged by fucking postal authorities.
Wow. Well, there you go.
It pays your money. It takes your chances.
And did you?
No.
Oh, God. Just asking. God, geez.
No, me. I get that high quality stuff made in my friend's kitchen sink.
That's where the good stuff comes from.
Hey man, it's got the Trix rabbit on. It's got the. Oops, sorry. It's got the Trix rabbit on the you know.
To make it appealing for kids, so you go down
the Trix rabbit's going like this, and then on the label he's like, "Who knows what it does?"
Now that's confidence inspiring.
Yeah,
Artisanal.
He prints the labels up in his apartment as well.
Artisanal performance enhancement.
And then he got arrested, and then he made the cover of the newspaper, and it said, "Man deals drugs for mother."
For mother.
Yeah, she was in a senior care facility.
I see. To take care of his mother.
$80,000 a year to keep her in there, man. He said I had to do something.
I see. Well, that's a good story. That's good PR work.
Then she died.
But he still was.
Eugene Robinson bringing the cheer.
Merry Christmas. All right, so now we've got Dalloway over Marquardt and the headliner of the preliminary card, featherweight Charles Oliveira versus Miles Jury.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I care. But now with both of these guys, I now feel like Robbie Lawler. Like my time with Robbie Lawler. I said, Robbie, my name is Eugene Robinson. He's like, uh-huh. I was like, no, really. My name is Eugene Robinson. Sure it is. I was like, oh, okay, man. Look, we got this interview scheduled. Oh, sure. Completely untrusting, paranoid. I mean, high alert paranoia. So when you say Jury and Oliveira, I'm like, I'm not having it, man. I'm just, you guys have fucked me over before. You're done fucking me over. This is a double gift.
So now you got to pick somebody, though.
Oh, here you go. It's great because if you counterpick to my pick, we're both guaranteed of getting screwed. Somehow, some way, that will happen. And, okay, so I'm going to pick the guy who's not Oliveira.
You're going to pick Miles Jury.
Of course.
They're both coming off losses. Jury's coming down from lightweight. Oliveira had that weird neck injury thing against Max Holloway. That
weird, huh? Isn't it weird?
It was
guys you can't trust end up being guys you can't trust. That's pretty weird.
Yes. So I got to go with Jury.
Yeah, okay. All right. So we got no action on that one because I'm picking jury as well.
Oh, you won't even go there with
All right,
Oliveira.
man.
I'm almost ready. Then I flip. I'm picking Oliveira then.
All right, good. All right, you take Oliveira. You know what? It doesn't make a difference. It's like, do we invade Stalingrad or do we invade Stalingrad? It doesn't make a difference.
Just let the fighting continue.
Like Marty says, it doesn't make a difference who the president is. You got a guy here who says stuff like that.
Well, after seeing that debate last night, yeah.
What did you think?
I thought Jeb Bush looked like a ghost of himself. I think he's aged about 50 years and 6 weeks.
I need him to leave the race. I will not rest until Jeb Bush says, you know what, I'm done with this for this year. I'm done. I wake up at night screaming.
Yeah, I'm not a Donald Trump fan, but I do enjoy watching him slap Jeb Bush around.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's like it's the most dysfunctional bar in America. And last night he says, I listened to it on the radio. I didn't get a chance to watch it. He's like, because I had some school event with the kids. He's like, still low energy. It's like, in other words, what he's saying is, this still works because you still haven't come up with an answer for it.
No. And then he hit him with, you're a real tough guy. We know that, Jeb. You're a tough guy.
That was great. You're a real tough guy. That was fantastic.
And then he started, and then he was like, and you start out over here, and pretty soon you're going to be falling off the edge of the stage. So it was.
He's out. I missed that one.
Oh yeah. That was after Bush came at him fairly hard, and.
You started over here, and now you're about to get pushed off the edge of the stage. That was classic. That's what I said. I'm going to vote for Trump in the primary because I enjoy the fact that America sees the real face of this party,
And it's your first chance to vote Nazi in a long, long time.
Don't blame me. I voted for Hitler. That's my bumper sticker.
Now we're going to have somebody edit that out, and then, they're already accusing us of being racist. So,
accusing who of being racist? Oh, that
you
guy.
And I both. For this very show.
No, that was because Eugene always picks a black fighter, like those black fighter Sarah Kaufman. I seen Sarah Kaufman up in Harlem, hanging out with.
She might be what's her face, Rachel Desnat. What was her name? The chick that tried to pass as black.
Oh,
but she had like 6 black kids, so I feel like she's. Dozial, was that?
Dozal, or yeah.
So I mean, I feel like if you have like 6 black kids, like that's. Pretty much you've done the work, right? Like,
did she have 6 black kids?
Well, she had multiple, like 3, 4, I don't know, multiple.
Were these adopted kids, or these are?
I believe these were the old-fashioned way.
Oh yeah, all right. Well, whatever. I'm not. America's obsessed with race. I am absolutely, positively not, unless it's going to put money in my pocket.
Now that's all American.
That's it. Eugene All-American Robinson. That's what they and actually we were me and one of the commenters known as Lady Tech were debating. Say how come they never has it in the history of sports have they ever referred to a black athlete as All-American outside of somebody who's actually winning an All-American title? Like.
I think they used to call O.J. Simpson All-American.
They like that. And the points is that's it. Yep. Touchdown. There you go. No, I mean they didn't even call Jesse Owens All-American. He's pretty fucking All-American.
He was All-American. I just
can't think. I mean, and I can't think of anybody who's actually more All-American except for somebody like Jim Thorpe than any single African American athlete.
Yeah.
How long you guys been here? Hey, Spinelli, how long has your family been here in America?
Exactly. But yeah, anyway, so now we're to the main card. 4 fights, Fox, Saturday night. All right, and it starts with a women's strawweight fight between 2 ladies I've never heard of, Ronda Marcos and Karolina Kowalkiewicz.
Yeah, Sean Shelby sitting around going, "What, Ronda? Yeah, really, book her." Well, her last name is not Rousey. Whatever. Book her. So that point being made, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm not. I guess she won the Ultimate Fighter, maybe.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah.
So did I.
We might have to fact check that one, Eugene. We'll be back next week
in San Francisco. They told me I was an Ultimate Fighter. I don't know.
I see. Well, we'll have the research department get on that and maybe get an answer over the holidays. So now we've got lightweights Michael Johnson and Nate Reefer Diaz.
Oh yeah, I'm all over it.
Yep. So do you got a pick?
Nate has actually not been on the show. Nick has been on the show. He's a friend of the Knuckle Up, so that making Nate a known associate. But I'm not think. You know what? It's just the ring rust is real. It's been a long time, and there's not a lot of love lost between the Diaz's and the UFC. And it's a marquee fight. We want to see him fight. I just don't see him getting by Johnson.
No, although Johnson's been kind of gicked.
He's a gict.
Yes, he is a gicked, but not a gickta.
Not a gicta.
But a
Not
gick.
yet. Not
Yeah,
yet.
but Nate's lost three.
I mean, in other words, his losses, his losses have made sense to me. Like,
yeah,
like Michael Johnson's losses, I look and I go, all right. It's not like Jim Miller. It's like, how the fuck does a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt get fucking choked out?
that was a good grappling bout. I mean, it was
a great
good
grappling bout.
Yeah.
But you know who I said at the time, and I'll say again.
I mean, did you see those transitions coming? Were you shouting at the screen? No, Jim, no.
Yeah, I was screaming at the screen, and then I said when it was over, I said whoever gave him his black belt.
What were you screaming? What happened, or were you screaming ahead of the time? Were you?
No, I was just screaming like how to. And then I said we should fly to wherever the guy is who gave him his black belt and straight jack him in the fucking face. All right, that's what I said. That's what I said. And I don't care if he heard it. It's like you can come here and I'll straight jack you. And then I told the Dream Crusher Cerrone, and there's that black belt allegiance. I finally figured that out because now I have a purple belt allegiance.
I see. To Dream
guy who's a blue belt gets a little chippy with the purple belt. So I go, hey buddy, how about you and me go next? And then it's Eugene EJJ, man, elbows in the eye sockets.
The whole move. You should put a book out. The secrets of EJJ.
Put a book out. You can. I'm going to open up a school right next door to the Sorrow Academy.
It'll be war.
Same setup. They just call it EJJ. No, I don't know, man. Michael Johnson is not. I don't even want to say that he's a gift because his losses have made sense, but I just don't see it, man. I don't see.
His losses have made sense, but there's been a consistent reluctance to pull the trigger out of him. Like he's tentative, and I tend to hate that. I hate to watch that. I feel for guys that are tentative because I realize they're having gears in their head that aren't.
They're thinking too much.
Yeah, like that Orokin cat that Zane was so high on that just had the staring contest with Gonzaga over the weekend. Like, I feel for these guys, but I don't feel like I want to watch them. It makes me anxious.
No, but I think that he's got. I mean, I think at this point now, who doesn't have an answer for the Diaz's? He's gonna shoot on the guy. He's gonna take him down. Then it'll depend on how good his jiu-jitsu is.
Your close personal friend Josh Thompson decoded the Diaz's a while back,
right.
and people.
Right,
but see, Nate also missed weight for his last fight and just looked like utter shit, and then had a whole litany of excuses as he often does. And so I'm not expecting anything out of him. I got to go with Johnson, and I don't trust Johnson. So once upon a time, I would have been all over Diaz in this fight, but I'm just.
I know, but I got Johnson as well. I'll be glad to be proven wrong, but I just can't. It's been a long enough. I mean, that's the thing. It's been a long enough time where I have no idea what Nate looks like.
We'll find out Friday at the weigh-in. So now we've got, this is a treat, heavyweight Alistair Overeem and Junior Dos Santos.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Definitely.
Because why?
Well, because this is Gicta country.
Not Gicta country so much as Lost Battalion has a struggle for supremacy.
Yes, their backs are against the wall. And I don't feel like Junior Dos Santos, like, his losses were epic and crushing and diminished him. But, I mean, he lost to the best guy in the biz, or the second best guy in the biz, So losing to Cain Velasquez twice.
Well, he's still, in my mind, he's still Lost Battalionized because he's thinking he's fighting his way back up to the top, and that's not what's happening.
You don't think that? You don't think he beats Overeem and he's got a title shot? The division is thin.
Yeah, but we got one more. We got John Jones clearing out Daniel Cormier and then gaining weight, reinvigorated.
Moving on up.
That's the only thing that might save him. But right now, he beats Overeem. What do you say? You say, so what? He loses to Overeem. What do you say? You say,
if he
so
beats
what?
Overeem and Verdun beats Cain, you say title shot. That's what you say.
Yep. There you go. So maybe not so crazy. Not
I mean,
so
there's
great.
sunlight at the end of that tunnel.
And it's a fight I want to see, so I don't care. It's a big care, a fight I want to see. Making a pick, I'm actually going to have to. I've seen Overeem make more boneheaded mistakes than I've seen Dos Santos make, so I'm going to have to go with JDS.
And I think Overeem is definitely more diminished by the current drug testing regime than Dos Santos. So
Really?
Dos Santos, yeah.
Really? What do you mean? I don't get.
Yeah. So, but Dos Santos, though, the kind of head trauma he took against Kane and the kind of spirit crushing. I mean, you have to pay Dream Crusher a lot of money to get your dreams crushed.
Yeah, he's over that. He's over.
You think he's over that?
Yeah, he's over that.
I don't think you get over that. I was just looking at that.
Yeah, you know how you get over it? When you look across the cage and you don't see Cain Velasquez standing there. It's like, I'm over it. You know, now it'd be very different when Cain is standing across the cage. I don't think we're going to see that again anytime soon. You know.
How do you see this fight playing out? Because it's a fun fight. I mean, aside from all the worries about, you know, who's not getting their medicine, who's not eating their horse meat, and who's had their spirit broken, technically, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, no, it's not like even though dude has won a surprising number of his fights by submission. I'm talking about Overeem. You know, it's not like he's going to bust off with anything. So it'll be a stand-up war. And the question is, if you take some guy who's a good boxer against a guy who's a good kickboxer, you know, I think you have to do less to deal with kicks than you do from crushing fucking jabs and right crosses. So I think that, you know, in other words, I think Junior Dos Santos could figure out a defensive framework by which he can match not to get hurt faster and more completely than Overeem's going to come up with a schema to protect himself from a pretty solid combination.
I see, and don't forget Dos Santos with the spinning hook kick that knocked out Mark Hunt.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so he's not without ground skill as well. So
yeah, he's got some juice there, some pop in his
juice.
Leg.
What?
No juice. Nobody has any juice. until Eugene Shipman comes in.
I thought you said Jews, actually.
See, of course, we've also heard about your allegiance to international Jewry from the commenters. They're pretty outraged, Eugene. Oh. You know, so just letting you know. And our 9/11 conspiracy audience. That's we attract like
for half a second there, my attention was diverted because I got a text from a lawyer, who apparently in Ohio, who has dug out some of my previous Porn World work and noticed an image that I had pulled off of the internet that I had used in a review that I did not have rights to use. But I'm like, I don't even know why that site's still up. You can't even find it. You use some image search thing. Nobody's finding this. So if you're alleging damages, go ahead. You know,
the old Google reverse image search and the shyster lawyer is working with image rights holders.
Yeah,
I've had some experience with that. I can't talk about on the air, but yeah, it's a painful racket, and you learn from your mistakes if you violate copyright, Eugene. I have to say.
Yeah, well, she's being pretty nice right now. So
well, it's $7,000 in infringement at least.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No matter how shitty the site is. So, yeah.
Okay. Right. Oh, I thought it was only if they had copyrighted it, if it was an active copyright. It
does need to be an active copyright. I think if it's a video screen grab, you might be on safer ground.
It's a video screen grab.
Yeah. That's pretty hardcore to be going through your video screen grab collection and doing reverse image
especially
search.
a site that died 10 years ago. But
whatever, the client or whoever took the photos is probably that's the one.
Yeah. Okay.
So, they're just doing Google searches. Yeah, so yeah. I would. Good luck. Good luck with that.
All right.
Yeah, that's.
I guess you got rights. You know, you do a wet T-shirt contest. You want to protect your
creative commitment.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Hey, where's Donald Trump on this?
I don't think he's commented at least lately. Yeah, not yet. But you're the one that's the copyright absolutist. That's always you don't like Edward Snowden just because he used the internets.
No, I snowed him because he's a seditious, traitorous fuck. That's why.
I see. But you admitted before that it had to do with all this information wants to be free business.
Yeah, well, because I'm watching it. The only reason it's good is because it's forced people who would have otherwise been retired and set out to pasture counting their their royalties from radio and record sales. It's forced them out on the road again. So we get to see Wire, we get to see Gang of Four, we get to see Public Image, we get to see guys who can't eat unless they go on the road.
I think that's really that they would be getting that much royalties.
Without a doubt. These guys have no interest in going out on the road again.
But how much money would Wire and Gang of Four really be making on royalties at this point?
That's not the question. The question is how much money will they make if they don't go?
Yeah, they got a tour. I agree, and I'm glad to see them.
There you go.
All right, so do you have a pick? You're picking Dos Santos. Is that what you're saying?
I am. It is written on the tote sheet.
Yeah, I got to go with Dos Santos too, because if Overeem, not that Overeem's evil, but it would be a victory of evil over good, I think.
And I've been picking him, and I've been getting fucked. I pick it, and then people who look at me in the room, Mr. MMA journalist, say, "Look at me. Who did you pick again?" I picked Overeem.
The black guy, huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. So far, only one of these people is black, as far as I know. I mean, I'm not all in their family history, but Michael Johnson.
Yes, that's. But there aren't a lot of African Americans on the card, so.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So, but now you've had the opportunity. You're picking against the black man, so a race trader. I wasn't going to say it.
Yeah, there was that band named Race Trader. People that's a great band name. I wish I had thought of it.
That is good, but I didn't do much with it. I didn't hear of them.
No, they got mired in controversy, and they should have been. This is what Chuck Dukowski thought was going to happen when we named the band Blackface.
I see. He wanted that controversy.
No, he did not at all. He was against naming it Blackface. He was scared by Ian Mackay. And I was like, what the fuck does Ian Mackay give a shit? Mr. Guilty of being white, what does he give a fuck whether the band name is called Blackface? Or he suggested we change the name to Black Velvet.
That's terrible.
It's really terrible.
Yeah. That's a really helpful suggestion there from a...
No, yeah, especially after it came after all the money had been spent. The record was the record label guys were really angry. They go, out of all the people we expected this from, a guy who ran a record label, man, this is like Hitler and the stab in the back. It is like,
so he literally made him pull the Blackface record. He tried. And
the label said, you know what? Bingo. Fuck you, man. Signed a contract. We're going with it, I
see. And so, but then no controversy ensued.
Absolutely none, I mean, I told him, I guess you failed to notice that I myself have a black face.
Because that's how colorblind Chuck Dukowski is.
Yeah. And then we had a support slot at that big festival in Poland with Iggy Pop. And they were going to pay us $20,000 to play.
Sounds good.
And Dukowski said we're not making enough money. And then I said, man, $20,000 for one show, Jack. It's all right. And he's like, yeah, well, we're not ready. I'm just not feeling it. I got to back out. I was like, he goes, I go, man, I've never tried to ever talk a girlfriend out of leaving. Maybe one time just to see what it felt like.
I see. How'd that go?
She stayed.
Wow. Did you regret it?
Not especially. I mean, it was an interesting sensation, but generally, you say, we should talk. Okay. I think I want to leave. Okay.
Heart of stone right there. Making
not that. It's just like I'm mildly autistic, It's just like I'm not emotionally, I just don't know where that's supposed to be. Does that mean I can have sex with other women now? Okay.
Had you been agreeing to not have sex with other women before?
In a very general way, yes.
In a very general way. In a sort of Clinton-esque sense.
Yeah, depends on what your definition of is. Yeah.
I love when somebody calls Obama a pussy, and that meme gets trotted out where they've got Obama on stage and Clinton's running out there going, "Did somebody say pussy?"
Oh, who was it who just said, "Oh, Jackie O from the grave said I do not be alone with this man. Can you believe he's coming on to me? He reminds me of Jack."
Wow. Jackie O said that from beyond the grave.
Yeah, they trucked out this quote, and then they go to Hillary and ask for. She goes, "I'm not even going to." You know?
Jackie O's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, well, compared to Jack, though, Bill must have been proud.
Well, but he was. I mean, the thing is, I people are like thinking, oh my God, and they're looking at Lewinsky and they're like thinking, what the hell is wrong? If Lewinsky had been super hot, he would have been fucking out. But when America finally got a gander at her, they were like, that's the kind of shit that I do.
It gets lonely up in the West Wing, Eugene. There's pressures. Yep. I mean, people are keeping an eye on you all the time. See, I bet they were watching the hot chicks really closely.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
that's the problem. So you got to go for the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, it was.
I still wish he would have said. I mean, I know he had the whole thing with the wife, but I just really wish he would have said, "So you got me. So what? Who among you, Mr. Packwood, has not, tarried? Who was the guy who was sending these nasty texts to congressional pages? The guy with white hair."
Was it? Yeah. He was doing more than. It started with Mark Foley.
Mark Foley, right?
That was during the wrestling coach days. What was the child molesting wrestling coach? Denny Hastert. Alleged child molesting.
No. Oh yeah, that's right. They never went to. He took.
They convicted him of bribing the guy he's alleged of molesting when he was a child. And there's other people that say that he molested their loved one, but he's never been convicted of child molesting. So he's not getting a lot of coaching gigs these days.
Nah. Or he's not in jail either. He's like the heir to the DuPont thing who was raping his son and daughter. And they're like, you know what?
Never convicted of the son. So got to watch that because that guy might be litigious and he's got money. But he convicted of raping his 3-year-old daughter, gets 8 years, and the judge defers it to probation because he said he won't do well in prison.
Yeah,
like you're supposed to.
I want him to serve his probation at the judge's house.
Yeah, like Phil Spector's gonna thrive in prison. I mean, nobody gives a shit. Put him in jail. He raped a 3-year-old. It's disgusting. Anyway, so. Now on to the main event. Rafael dos Anjos versus Donald the Cowboy Cerrone. Has the UFC ever wanted a challenger to win so bad?
No, I think they are whole cloth trying to send a message to Brazil. And I mean, if Herb Dean is the ref, I'm taking my tote sheet and I'm just scratching it off because I'm picking RDA. But you know what? If I at this point, as sexy and sophisticated as he is, I don't trust him.
I see. And you'll note, viewers, Herb Dean's black. So.
Yeah.
The whole racism thing. I've got the most ethnically and gender diverse staff in all of MMA, and people call me racist.
You, the white man, holding us down.
It's because I'm working with you, Eugene. You're dragging me into this pit of racialism.
That guy who was all in rage. Eugene is a Jew apologist.
There's like dozens. A what apologist? A Jew apologist? Yes, that was a good one.
Jew apologist. He called me. Why? How come he's not talking about the Jewish supremacy? It's like, hey man, there's a guy in Malibu you should be hanging out with. His name is Gibson Miller.
Yes. I remember when we talked about vaccinations and the guy got all mad that we shouldn't be talking about vaccinations because we're in favor of them. You need to learn more science from the interwebs.
You know what? I'm glad this guy lives in the woods.
Yes, I hope he does. Did you hear about the woman who had 8 kids and they all got whooping cough?
Whooping cough.
You change your tune on the whole vaccine.
Yeah, but that's the thing, man. That's at some point, I mean, let's flash forward to like August of 1945. There were people in Hamburg and Dresden sitting around going like, man, that didn't work out that well.
A little bit of buyer's remorse.
Yeah. I mean, I'm starting to feel like America is like with these candidates that they're like, it doesn't matter who's president. We're going to be sitting, it'll be like August 1945. We're going to be sitting around going, man, that was, I guess it did make a difference. I guess maybe we should have been more thoughtful in our choice of president. And maybe we should have taken climate change seriously. And maybe we should gun control. And now I'm shot in the head. And maybe you know what? Keep your fucking Monday morning regrets, man.
No Monday morning quarterbacking. That's what the judge who just overturned the case of the cop shooting the unarmed black guy in Austin said. No Monday morning. He said no Monday morning quarterbacking.
Oh, okay. Is this
Can't
the?
be-
No, hold on. Which shooting was this? I'm sorry. We
This
got to get this.
was, and I normally shouldn't talk about this case because my wife worked on it, trying to prosecute the cop actually. But the suspect was accused of attempted bank fraud, although no charges were ever brought. And the cop chased him down and shot him in the back of the head, like flush, like it was a contact. You know, the gun barrel.
Was the guy running?
He was running. Yes, the cop even commandeered a car to help him chase the guy down. And then his story was he was pistol whipping the guy in the back of the head and the gun discharged.
Oh, this is the Austin cop?
Austin cop. But it turns out
what is happening in Austin, man?
He was well, Austin cops shoot black people all the time. And this was like the first time one's got indicted, but it turns out he was also an FBI agent. He had like the Elvis plan where you go tour the I don't even know if he had to go to Quantico to get his FBI badge, but like he's got some kind of cereal box FBI badge. And so they said, no, he's a federal agent. Anyway, I shouldn't talk about it.
So they let him off.
Yes, it's being appealed. And
You know what? I haven't had any problems with Austin cops myself. In fact, when I had that problem at Spiro's where there was a huge riot over me refusing to put my pants on, I ran out to the streets at the conclusion of the riot because ostensibly they said the cops came in and said, tell that guy to put his pants on. I go, there's strip joints within 3 miles of me. Fuck you. And then I ran out, found a cop, pantsless, and said, hey, can I take a picture with you? And the cop was like, sure, and he took a picture of me. And so apparently, cops in Austin are willing to take pictures with half-naked black guys, but, you try to pass a bad check, they'll shoot you in the head.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. There's been, the Austin police, they've had some issues. All right, but now, Dos Anjos, Cerrone. So you're picking Dos Anjos.
I am. I have it on my tote sheet, RDA, right here, baby.
He really impressed me because I picked Pettis to beat him, and then he just demolished Pettis. So, but Cerrone's been on a roll.
So let me see. You picked Pettis, and you were wrong.
I was, yes.
I picked RDA that fight, and I was right.
Huh. You picked RDA that fight?
Yes, I did.
Really?
Yeah.
The
guy on the Wheaties box, that's like, it's like that old expression about you shall not draw a picture of the devil on the wall. You don't know the Wheaties box. You got to know that was going to turn around and bite you in the ass.
Now, what's this again? You draw the devil on the wall.
Oh, it's an old Macedonian thing. I don't know.
Huh. And Wheaties, what's it have to do with Wheaties boxes?
Pettis was on the Wheaties box.
I see. I see. So the whole idolatry thing, that's the connection you're making. All right.
Man, Jesus Christ. Hey, you just wake up?
I'm trying to keep up. I had a crown fall out. I go to the dentist immediately after the show. So
okay, all right.
I'm
you're distracted. I got it.
Yeah, I'm distracted. If you ever had a crown fall out, that is no fun.
No, I've never had a cavity.
Yeah.
Seriously, man, that Jimmy the Greek, the genetic experiment called the Great Passage for Black folks, man, genetic supermen.
I see you buying that. I don't think that was enough time. Do you really think that was enough time, enough generations to really make any genetic difference?
Show me an African. Next African we say, put him next to me.
A lot of that could be nutrition, Eugene, childhood nutrition.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. All right. So doesn't it seem like longer since it's only been since March of this year that RDA beat Pettis? It seems like that was like a lifetime ago. But RDA and Cerrone, I don't know. Cerrone's taller. He's got the kicking game, but boy, RDA looked good. And I feel like he's the more disciplined, smarter fighter.
Yep.
But they want that Cerrone.
Cerrone doesn't even know what money is,
He knows how to promote a fight, though. Did you see him call him Conor McGregor a pussy and saying, I don't care how many ballet lessons he takes?
Bullet ballet?
Ballet. He said, I don't care how many ballet lessons he takes.
Oh, I thought you said bullet. Okay.
No. Because Dominic Cruz was talking about how McGregor's motion drills are going to be the new thing in MMA and this fluid movement and all this.
That's fucking crazy.
Well, Cruz is
none of that shit came into play in 13 seconds. Where people...
There was some footwork at work and landing that counter left hand.
It was not ballet based.
Well, that was Cerrone making the ballet thing because
McGregor
doesn't actually train with the ballet teacher.
People just need to relax a little bit here. I mean, I'm excited about the outcome, but I'm excited about the outcome for business reasons.
Yes.
I'm not excited about what happened in the cage. I'm excited about what's happened outside the cage.
Yes, it's good for business. Although we lost the rematch, I don't think anybody cares about a Jose Aldo.
You keep saying that, but
Joe Rogan said it too.
Yeah, exactly. And I knew at that point that it was not something that we should pay attention to. The second Rogan popped off with it, we was like, oh, I guess he got the piece of paper on his desk. Thanks, boss. Nobody's interested in the rematch.
Cynicism, Eugene.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Damn, what word is? Oh, okay, I got it. Not interested in the rematch. Got it.
I thought you were on the side of the boot.
If you weren't paranoid before.
What about the boot? Come on, the boot.
Oh yeah, that's right. Joe is right. Joe is right.
That's the kind of show.
Whatever he says, I support.
Perfect. And I'm working on my double chin for the guy who said the only thing I was missing to being Michael Moore was the double chin.
Oh, that guy. Yeah,
the only thing I'm missing between being Michael Moore is millions of dollars.
Millions and millions.
Yeah, I know a guy who lives in the building he lives in, but Moore lives in the penthouse of said building. So
somebody was telling me that some guy was living in the penthouse on the penthouse. It's like, how the fuck? It's like that.
That might not be as cush as it sounds.
Huh?
That might not be that might be like the Cato Kalin estate on top.
Well, I don't know, man. It sounds like the Yertle a turtle thing from Dr. Zeus. It's like, I'm higher. I got the penthouse on top of the penthouse.
Well, either it's swanky or it's not, but it's swankier than what I got.
Hey, this place is about to be filled with angry Russians in about 30 seconds.
All right, well, we've done the show. So you're picking Dos Anjos. I'm picking Dos Anjos. Remember, give us a thumbs up on YouTube. Subscribe to MMANation.com on YouTube. Subscribe to MMA Nation on iTunes if you want to hear us and not see us. Follow Eugene on Twitter, Eugene S. Robinson. Read him on Aussie.com. Also buy the Fight Book on Amazon. You can follow me on Twitter at KidNate. Read me at BloodyElbow.com. Zane and Dallas and Connor will be back in the Vivisection.
Yeah. And hey, Dallas, let me tell you about that guy.
Exactly. Good work on the memeing. And they'll be back with the Vivisection tomorrow. Zane and I will be back Saturday night with the 6th round. And special treat, Eugene, if you're available the week before the Lawler Condit fight, it's going to be you and Dallas doing the Care Don't Care.
Oh, yeah. What week is that? What day?
It's the week before. It's the last week in December. So
December. Yeah, I'm in New York, but I could call in.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll hook it up because I'm going to be in Balmorhea, Texas. No wife.
Oh, boy. Good for you. I'm going to be in Brooklyn. So Flatbush, baby. If you see me in Flatbush, you didn't see me in Flatbush.
All right. Well, enjoy civilization while you're there on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And adios, MMA aficionados. Happy Christmas. Happy New Year. We'll see you
Hanukkah, baby.
Hanukkah. Yes. Hanukkah's over, though, Eugene.
It's just over now.
Because I just said happy Hanukkah to a friend of mine at our office party, and she totally Hanukkah's over.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm trying to be considerate here. Like, come on.
Did you at that point call a Jew?
I didn't say it.
Yeah, but you thought it.
Yeah, I didn't say that either. What I said was happy Hanukkah.
Well, hold on. The office party? You mean Bloody Elbow had an office party?
No,
I wasn't
Fox
invited?
Media had an office party.
Oh, I see. And I wasn't invited. I see.
If you'd been in Austin, attendance would have been mandatory, Eugene.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe
I would have made my way there to go to that crab shack that I love so much off of Red River, wherever that place is.
Well, I don't know. I don't keep up with the restaurants because I don't get to leave my house. But anyway, adios, MMA aficionados. This is Kid Nate. We'll see you next time. Thanks.
Later, man.
All right, thanks, Eugene.